Carla whips her head around. She sees her son, Frankie, being snatched by kidnappers. She bolts toward them to stop it, but she's a split second too late. She grabs onto the car's roof rack for dear life. She tries to keep the car from pulling away, but as the car speeds up, Carla gets slammed onto the pavement. She doesn't even feel the pain. She scrambles back up instantly. She jumps into her car and floors it. She's hot on their trail. Only now does she think to call the police. But her phone is nowhere to be found. She loses it for a moment. All she can do is stay glued to their bumper. Both cars weave through heavy traffic at high speeds. The kidnappers are desperate to get away. Carla refuses to let up. They quickly hit a red light. Carla sees them stop. She leaps out and screams at their car, but the kidnappers don't even flinch. The light turns green. Carla begs the car in front of her for help, but her manic state scares them away. The kidnappers take the chance to slip away. Carla gets back in and starts the chase again. Massive trucks zoom past her. One wrong move and she'll be crushed. But Carla doesn't back down. She's more afraid of losing her son than dying. Finally, at a bridge, Carla catches up to them. But it's a trap. Hidden by a white van, the kidnappers suddenly swerve onto another road. By the time Carla realizes it, they've already passed the exit. She hesitates, then slams it into reverse. The cars behind her can't stop in time. There's a massive pileup, but Carla only cares about her son. She pins the gas pedal to the floor. She catches up to the kidnappers once more. They are furious she's still there. They pop the trunk. They start hurling tools at her car. Carla manages to dodge them, but the cars behind her aren't so lucky. As the chaos grows, the kidnapper rolls down the window. He puts a knife to Frankie's throat. Carla begs for mercy. The man signals for her to back off. To keep Frankie safe, Carla pulls off the highway. But Frankie is her only hope. After a brief moment, she loops back around through a side street. This time, she's careful not to follow too closely. She keeps a steady distance. Then, she spots a cop behind her. She hits her hazard lights. She jerks the steering wheel back and forth. She makes her car fishtail. A motorcycle officer speeds up to pull her over. Carla screams to him for help. "They took my son," she shouts. But the cop can't hear a word. He just wants this crazy driver to stop. Suddenly, the kidnappers slam into the motorcycle. The officer is killed instantly. Carla now sees exactly how heartless these kidnappers are. This makes her even more terrified for Frankie's life. Seeing their car sitting still, Carla desperately screams her son's name. She needs to know if Frankie is okay. Suddenly, the car door swings open. A man named Terry steps out with a knife. He lunges straight for Carla. She panics. She ducks back into her car and slams it into reverse. Terry can't catch up on foot. He stops, gasping for air. Carla finally snaps back to her senses. She shifts gears. She guns the engine and drives straight at Terry. Now, Terry is the one running for his life. Thinking of her son still in their hands, Carla quickly hits the brakes. She holds up her wallet and makes Terry a promise. If he lets her son go, she won't hold them responsible for anything. She tosses her wallet toward him. Terry doesn't budge. Carla repeats herself firmly. "As long as my son is in that car, I will not stop, no matter what." Terry stays silent for a moment. He picks up the wallet and walks back to his car. The door opens again. Carla thinks it's her son coming out. Instead, it's Terry's wife, Margot. Margot walks up to Carla's window. She says if Carla follows them to a bank and withdraws $10,000, they'll let Frankie go. Carla has no choice but to agree for her son's sake. She follows Terry's car to get the money. But inside a tunnel, Margot tries to take Carla out. She punches Carla twice, knocking her head to the side. Carla recovers quickly. While Margot tries to grab the steering wheel, Carla fights back instantly. The two women start a brutal struggle. Margot wraps a seatbelt around Carla's neck. After adjusting the seat back, Carla seized the right moment, opened the car door, and flung Margot out of the vehicle. But Carla doesn't dare relax. This might have been their plan all along. She has to fool Terry in the car ahead. As she exits the tunnel, Terry is indeed waiting at the exit. Carla quickly throws on Margot's jacket. She sticks her hand out the window. She waves for him to keep moving. Seeing that Terry isn't suspicious, Carla finally breathes a sigh of relief. But Terry isn't done testing her. On a large bridge, Terry suddenly slows down. Then, he suddenly speeds up. Carla realizes he's onto her. She speeds up to match him. Suddenly, Terry flings his car door open. Carla is too scared to keep getting close. She can only watch as the kidnapper zooms away into the distance. But Carla doesn't give up. She keeps scanning the road for any sign of Terry. Suddenly, she sees a plume of smoke rising in the distance. Her gut tells her Frankie is right there. Carla guns it and heads straight toward the smoke. Sure enough, she finds Terry's car. She rushes over, heart pounding with hope, but the car is completely empty. Carla frantically asks bystanders if they've seen the kidnappers. Following their lead, Carla takes off again in the direction Terry went. She soon spots Terry's jacket tossed on a trash can. She realizes he must be nearby. Carla keeps her eyes peeled for any suspicious vehicles. Suddenly, a black car roars to life in the distance. Carla instantly recognizes Terry inside. This time, she doesn't hesitate. She rams her car right into his. Terry snaps into action. He tries to make a break for it. Carla stays right on his tail. The two cars engage in another high-speed chase. They keep slamming into each other. But just then, Carla's car suddenly runs out of gas. She can only watch as Terry's car fades into the distance. Carla jumps out of the car. She tries to keep up on foot, but there's no way she can outrun a car. She finally stops, feeling completely defeated. Just as Carla hits rock bottom, a passing Ford pickup truck gives her a glimmer of hope. She waves her arms frantically to flag it down. She tells the driver her son has been kidnapped. She points the way and begs him to go after them. But the next second, Terry's car smashes right into them. When Carla finally comes to, the driver next to her is dead. Carla struggles to push the door open. She stumbles toward Terry's car. She peers through the window, but Frankie is nowhere to be seen. Right at that moment, Carla spins around and ducks behind her car. Terry jumps out with a gun and starts chasing her. He opens fire, shooting at her again and again. Carla pops her trunk and scrambles inside. She quickly locks the doors from the inside. But Terry isn't giving up. He smashes the car window with the butt of his gun. Just as he reaches for the lock, Carla grabs his arm with a death grip. She slams the door hard, pinning him against the frame. She hits the gas and drags Terry right into the woods. The car eventually slams into a tree. Carla grabs Terry to demand where Frankie is. That's when she realizes he's already dead. She searches his pockets and finds his ID. She uses the address to find Terry's house. She sneaks inside, careful not to make a sound. She spots Margot talking on the phone. Carla overhears the call and realizes they are professional child traffickers. The moment Margot steps out, Carla calls 911, but the police tell her it will take 15 minutes to get there. Carla grabs a knife and hides in a barn to wait. Suddenly, she hears Frankie's voice. He's locked in the attic with 2 other girls. The attic door is bolted shut. Carla uses a shovel to smash the ventilation duct. She pulls Frankie down to safety. The 2 girls are too terrified to follow. Carla calms them down and promises she'll be right back with help. She takes Frankie and makes a run for it. Their voices alert Margot, who has just returned. Carla grabs Frankie's hand and bolts. Margot and her dog are hot on their heels. Carla hits a river and realizes they're trapped. She takes Frankie and ducks underwater to hide. Margot sees a small boat drifting away in the distance. She starts blasting at the boat with her gun, but the mother and son are actually hidden right beneath the surface. They can't hold their breath forever and eventually come up for air. The dog's sharp nose picks up their scent immediately. Carla dives back under as Margot approaches. She lunges out of the water and drags Margot in. She holds Margot under until the woman stops struggling. The kidnapper finally gets exactly what she deserves. With both of them dead, Carla heads back to the barn. She's determined to save the 2 girls. Suddenly, a man with a gun walks in. He claims to be a neighbor who heard the shots. Carla quickly explains the situation to him. The man offers to help get the kids down, but Carla's gut tells her something is wrong. The man slips up, he mentions the kids, and even knows their genders. He realizes he's busted and reaches for his weapon. Carla is faster and levels him with a shovel. She stands over him and says the coldest line ever. "You took the wrong kid." A short while later, the police finally arrive. Frankie is safe and sound. The other kidnapped children are rescued too. Carla didn't just save her son. She accidentally exposed and destroyed a massive trafficking ring.